divide, add, or subtract. Figure what the answer will be. You can do it with a little help from your friends here on TV. Math homework helpers, it's time for math homework helpers, oh yeah. Math homework helpers, it's time for math homework helpers, oh yeah.
And welcome to Math Homework Helpers. This is a show where we get to help you with your math homework and give you prizes just for calling in. With us today, we have the cool Mr. Costno from Chesapeake High and the fantastic Mr. Donovan from Hillcrest Elementary School.
Hey, Ollie and Polly, how you guys doing today?
Oh, we're doing good. Good. We're doing fantastic, Mr. Donovan. In fact, Ollie was just telling me about his snail friend who's getting his first car today.
Wow.
What? A snail buying a car?
Oh, yeah, it's the best. I'm so excited for my snail buddy.
Hey, hang on, Ollie. You need to explain this one.
Oh, sure. So, my snail friend, his name is Snail. By the way, he asked the car salesman for the fastest car. The salesman showed him the car, and the snail said he would buy it. But only after the salesman covered the car with the letter S.
Wait a second, he said cover the car with the letter S.
Yeah. The snail said he wanted the letter S on the hood, the doors, the wheels, everywhere.
Ollie, why did the snail want the letter S all over the car?
Oh, so when the snail drove by, get this, everyone would say, "Look at that escargot!" You get escargot, snail?
I
Do you
get
guys
it, Ollie.
understand that joke?
It sounds delicious.
Okay.
It was quality.
It was worth the wait, right?
You are too much.
Thanks.
All right, let's go ahead and start the show. Don't forget, boys and girls, that every caller who calls in gets a prize from our Puck to Pick a Prize wall. Mr. Donovan, what are the prizes for today?
Well, today we have earbuds, we have a hot-cold pack, we have a USB flash drive, and we also have a flashlight today.
Oh, nice. I can see that it works there. Sounds great. So let's go ahead and get the show started and go to the phones. The number to call is 410-494-1459. Polly, who is our first caller of the day?
Our first caller of the day is Iman from Norwood Elementary School. Hi, Iman.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We are well, thank you very much.
We miss you. You joined us last week. That was awesome.
You are.
You have a question, Aman?
Yes.
All right, what can we help you with?
Xavier has 10 golf balls. Iman has 10 more golf balls than Xavier. Dylan has 2 more golf balls than both. Xavier and Iman have together. How many golf balls does Iman have? How many golf balls does Dylan have?
Okay, so you have 3 people, right?
That's a lot of golf balls, guys. Keep track of this, okay?
I know. I'm trying
Write
to keep track
this
of all
down.
these details.
Hey, if you need a driver, I have a snail friend. Ha! You guys get it?
I don't know. He might not be very fast,
Okay,
though.
there's
so.
a golf joke. Sorry.
Oh, I get it now.
Driver.
All right, let's see. I want to see if I have all these details right. You said Xavier has 10 golf balls, Iman has 10 more, and Dylan has 10 more than both. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, let's take a look. And the question...
Dylan has 2 more than both.
2 more.
2 more, okay,
Two
perfect.
more.
Good, good.
Poor Dylan.
That makes a big
Good
difference.
that we clarified that.
No, Dylan has more.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I mean, good job,
That's
Dylan.
good. Yeah, see? Huh?
And, Aman, what is the question asking you?
What?
What is the question asking you?
Maybe like asking how many golf balls. It's 2 questions actually. First question is how many golf balls does Iman have?
Okay, let's start with that one then. So we have Xavier with 10 golf balls. Now, I like to draw pictures for these, so I'm going to draw 10 different golf balls. 4, 5,
my
6,
gosh,
7,
look
8,
at that!
9, 10.
Whoa, they almost look like dimples on a golf ball. That's crazy.
hello.
Oh, they do, they do.
Am I the only
good
one loving the
drawing.
blackboard? That's cool.
Well, yeah, that does look
Yeah,
cool.
colors
that looks
just pop.
awesome. And purple, hello. I love purple.
We love purple.
Purple and pink, just like the puppet friends.
Yes.
So we have Aman here with 10 more golf balls than Xavier. So I want to take Xavier's total. I'm just going to introduce 10 more golf balls. Just 10 more for Aman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10!
And there they all are. So I can just go ahead and count those up. And it looks like Aman has a total of 10 to match Xavier and 10 more to make 20 total.
You can skip count 10.
Oop.
Whoop, what's that?
That is a good strategy, skip counting. You could definitely skip count and go 10 plus 10 is, oh my goodness, 20.
I have a hard time skipping and counting at the same time, to be
just
honest.
skip, you
To be
say
totally honest. I can
10.
gallop and count.
20.
So 20. And what was the second question you had, Aman?
How many golf balls does Dylan have?
Now, I want to ask a clarifying question. It says Dylan has 2 more than both. Does that mean 2 more than each person or 2 more than the total? What do you take this question is asking?
Dylan has 2 more golf balls than both Xavier and Iman.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, so I can take the total that already was calculated here, the 20, and just add 2 more golf balls. I know that that's 20.
Plus 2.
There's Dylan's 2 golf balls.
Oh, man.
So it looks like Dylan has a total of 22 golf balls.
22.
22 total golf balls.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Is that one of your answers, Aman? Is it multiple choice?
So it's not one of our answers. We just have to write it down.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Perfect.
nice, nice. So I think your teacher is going to give you full credit with 22 total golf balls, hopefully. Hopefully.
Does that help you out?
Yes?
All right. Hey, you know what it's time for?
Of course I do. 'Cause
Of course you do. Hello.
Hello.
Jeez,
Pump the
Ollie.
pick a prize wall. Ready?
Let's go over to the prize wall and see what happens.
Go.
Come on, hot cold pack.
There
Co-
it goes.
Oh,
all
flashlight.
right.
You won the flashlight.
I love flashlights.
Good job, Iman.
Awesome.
Thanks for
Congratulations.
calling.
Great job.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Wow, she got a flashlight. That's awesome.
Who's our next caller?
I'm jealous.
Polly and
totally
Ollie.
on.
Do we have somebody else on the
Yeah,
phone?
we do. We have Ava and Amia from Franklin Elementary School.
Amia.
They're 5th graders.
Hello.
Ava and Amaya. Is that what you said?
Amaya, Amia,
Is it Amaya?
It's Maya.
Got
it.
Ava and Maya. Okay, great.
got it,
What's your
Maya.
question? The 2 callers. Awesome.
Double caller.
What's your question?
So, what is 12.8% of 312.5?
312.5.
That's
Wow.
We are
this
so
is a-
past golf balls.
This is a serious question.
Yeah, seriously.
12.8%.
No more
Just in
golf
grade
balls.
5 here?
Yeah, what grade are you 2 in, huh?
I didn't know we were taking middle school questions.
We're in the 5th grade advanced math class.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Oh,
Okay, well,
You guys are awesome.
I hope
in
your
your
teachers are up to this.
5th grade math class, what sort of thing have you guys been, have you been solving questions like this? A percentage question of 312.5.
We've been moving the decimal point to the left 2 times.
Of 12 and 8/10?
Yeah.
Okay, to the left, okay. So we can move it 1, 2.
What toe?
And this becomes
left,
128?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what are we going to do with that 128?
Well, actually, we have to put a decimal point right in front of the 128.
Okay, so now we have 0 and 128, okay.
Yeah.
And then what?
And then we have to multiply that by 312.5.
Okay, so
Wow.
does that sound right to you, Mr. Gosnell?
Changing that percent into a decimal and then multiplying it with 312.5? That does sound right. With what we
Okay.
do in high school, it's exactly what we need to do.
All right,
Yeah,
perfect.
this is secretly a high school question.
Absolutely.
You
Sounds-
guys are
sounds like a
super
high school
smart.
question. I teach 5th grade, and I'm not too familiar with this just
We
yet.
like secret-
I
Okay,
teach
so
10th grade, and it might even stump my students.
so now we need to multiply them both together?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So can I just stack these right here? 0 and 128 thousandths.
Oh.
It's a stack.
And multiply that by 312.5. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay, when I multiply these together, how should I think about it? What can I get rid of?
You can get rid of the 0.
Yeah, we can get rid of the 0 there. We can also, I'm just going to get rid of these decimal points, and then maybe we can pop those in at the end. Does that sound all right?
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
All right, great. So can you help me multiply?
Yeah.
Great. What's 5 times 8?
40.
40. I'm going to regroup here. And then 8 times 2 plus 4.
20.
20. Regroup again. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 2 more. That gives me 10. And then 8 times 3 plus 1. How much do you have?
25.
25.
Nice,
Awesome.
nice.
Boy, they
So
are
now
sharp.
we are done with that 8, and we can move on to the 2 in the tens place value. When we move over here to the tens place value, what do we need to do?
Add a 0.
Right, we're going to annex a 0 to hold the
Excellent.
place. And then what can we do now?
You have to do 2 times 5.
And that gives us 10.
10.
And then 2 times 2 plus 1.
5.
Awesome. And then 2 times 1. What's 2 times 1?
2.
And 2 times 3.
6.
6.
Man,
Perfect.
she is on a roll.
She is on a roll. We're flying through this one.
Is this Ava or Maya? Who is this?
Eva.
Ava, you're a rock star.
Eva, great job. Okay, and then now we're done with the 8, we're done with the 2, and now we're in the 1 in the hundreds place. What do we need to do in our answer here?
Annex 2 zeros.
Annex
Ooh.
2
She even used the
zeros.
word
Great.
annex. Jeez.
And this is an easy one because we're just multiplying everything by 1, and 5 times 1, that gives us 5. 1 times 2 gives us 2. 1 times 1 gives us 1, and 3 times 1 gives us 3.
Look
So
how colorful
now
that is. That's
we
so
can add them
colorful.
up.
Very nice.
Even Maya, I'm going to add up these first 2 columns because they're easy. Can you add up the next one?
That would be 10.
10, and now we have 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 more gives us another what?
10.
Awesome. Regroup. 6 plus 2 plus 1 gives us
10.
another 10. Holy smokes. And 3 plus 1 gives us 4. Now, this is a huge answer, 400,000. Is this our right answer?
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, that ended perfectly,
is?
didn't it?
Wow.
Look at that. It's all
I think-
zeros.
I think we forgot something. What did we forget?
Decimal places.
What's that?
The decimal places.
Right, we forgot to put our decimal places back into our question and then put them into our answer, right? So I think we had one here and we had one here. So if we have 3 decimal places in the question, wait, 3? Oh, not 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places in the question. Where should our decimal place go in our answer?
Right after right before really the 4th zero.
The 4th. Okay, so we're gonna add up these 4 place values. We're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna put our answer there. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. So what's our final answer?
40%.
40. Well, or 12.8% of 312.5 is going to be 40,
40%.
right?
Awesome.
Wow,
That
look
was
at
a
that.
serious math question.
You know, I'm glad
That's
that you were
really
able
good.
to remember to put those decimal places in. In high school, it's really important for us to keep track of where we are in our problem and kind of think if it makes sense. So when we're looking at this problem and it's asking you to find a piece of 312.5, we definitely expect our answer to be smaller than 312.5 because that's our whole answer. That's what we started with. If we're cutting that smaller, then it makes sense that 400,000 wasn't really our final answer. We would need to do one extra step. So good catch on that.
Definitely. And in my math class, in my 5th grade math class, we would look at this and we would try and estimate. And we know that
nice.
12.8% is about 10%. And this is, it's kind of close to 300 or maybe 400. We could say 300. And 10% of 300 is going to be about 30. And that's pretty close to our answer. So I think 40 is a suitable answer, don't you think?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Fantastic job.
I'm kind of happy this turned out to be an easy number. It
Yeah,
helps to know
yeah,
that we got
right.
it correct.
You know what that means it's time for?
Yep, you know it, Ollie.
Hello?
What time is it?
Ready? What is it?
It's the time to drop the puck to pick a prize.
Something like that.
Wall.
Yes.
The puck to pick a prize wall.
Here it comes.
If I can remove
Here
this
comes the
old
hot
one
cold
here.
pack.
Okay, let's see what you win.
Come on, hot cold pack.
Oh, the tension. Earbuds.
BCPS-TV earbuds.
Look at that.
Awesome.
Wowee.
Hey,
Great
thanks
job.
for calling.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. Wasn't there two people?
Oh,
in the
drop
room?
another
Oh,
one. 'cause
there was.
two
Okay,
callers,
well,
right?
we need to drop another
Oh,
one
man,
then.
we should have dropped two at the same time. Ready?
That would have been exciting.
more.
I'm going to go this side this time.
Ooh.
And I missed.
You really went that side.
We really dropped it.
I dropped it for sure.
Another flashlight.
And a flashlight.
Awesome.
Woo.
All right.
Great. Thanks for calling.
That was great. Hey, you guys want another one? You want another
Yeah.
caller?
We need to give away some more prizes.
Dude, we have so many
Let's
here.
do it.
Maybe this next answer will be as colorful as the last.
That was pretty.
Ooh,
It was
we
very.
like colors.
Can you do that on your homework, by the way? Is that
very
allowed?
luminescent.
All right. Anyway,
that.
on the phone now we have Preet from Norwood Elementary. Hello.
Hi, Preep.
Hi.
Hi. Preet's in 3rd grade. You got a math problem?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Lay it on us.
Which equation is an example of commutative property of multiplication?
It's all you, fellas.
Okay. And can we
I'll be
have
over
one
here.
of the equations?
Yeah. What are your
Preet.
choices? Sounds like there's a couple of you there. Are there a few of you calling in today?
Yeah.
All right. So, do you have a couple of choices that we could choose? Which one's an example of the commutative property?
Yes.
Okay. What's the first one?
9 times 5.
9 times 5.
9 times 5.
9 times 5.
Man, I'm
equals-
digging the blackboard. I think sharp.
6 times 1.
And
Is that a different?
I think that's choice B.
That might be.
Oh,
So I see, let's see. If not, let's go ahead and put one up there that can demonstrate.
Let's try number 4 in the worksheet.
Yeah, let's try
Dial
it.
it up,
6
buddy.
times
that's the worksheet.
1
Let's do it.
Number 4 on the worksheet.
equals.
Okay, 6 times 1 equals 2 plus 4 times 1.
Okay.
Okay, and we're trying to figure out if this is the commutative property.
Yeah.
Could you describe to me the commutative property? What you know about it?
It equals the same number.
Is that always true? I think there's a lot of different properties that would help us to equal numbers together. What makes the commutative property, let's say, different than the associative property?
It's the same number equals.
Okay, okay. I think there's one more part of it that makes it special for the commutative property.
I like to think about it if both sides of the equation or the problem are talking to each other, like communicating, right? So it doesn't matter how the numbers are set up as long as they communicate the same answer. Is that kind of what you're saying, Preet?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So as long as the numbers in a multiplication problem are set up, even if they're set up in a different way, they still communicate or they still give us the same answer. Is that right?
Wait. When the numbers communicate, do they text each other? Or do they? What do they do?
I think
How do they communicate?
They talk?
Is it
Just
text?
like we do?
Polly?
I think they
text?
call each other on the
I like the
house
text.
phone.
Sorry.
So choice A looks like we have 6 times 1.
Multiplication says that two numbers can be multiplied in either order.
Oh, there's your perfect. Absolutely.
Great.
There's your correct definition. Great job.
Okay, so I'm going to list out all the answer choices because only one of them will be correct here. I do see some other properties that you will use, but only one of them is going to be the commutative property. So maybe we can figure out what's different between this one and the rest of them, and we can kind of see what it's going to look like for the future. So if I recall correctly, you had just told me that numbers can be multiplied in different orders, and we can still get the same number.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at these. Now, I think 4 plus 2 is still 6, but we need them to be the same number already before we classify this as the commutative property. So I'm not liking that answer too much. Even though they are equal, it's really not answering the question.
Right. It doesn't have the same numbers, right? Even though it gets you the same answer, the numbers aren't in a different order. They're just different numbers.
Right, right. So I'm going to strike through that one. I'm not a fan.
Oh, man. I like that one.
For B, 9 times 0 equals 0. Well, I agree with that, but it's not going to be the commutative property. We could kind of change that to be the commutative property. Maybe if we have time, we'll go back to that. So I'm not a fan of B either. C, well, C looks a lot like another problem that we just crossed off. It looks like A. So that one is not going to work if we kind of pay attention to the pattern of the problems. So that leaves D, and let's talk about why D is our correct answer.
These numbers need to get a better cell plan. I mean, really, 1 out of 4, that's not great.
So it looks like we have the 4 times 3, which is where we start. And as long as we're multiplying by the same numbers in a different order, we will be good. So 4 times 3 equals 3 times 4. If we switch that order, we have the same thing, and that is going to be our answer.
Well
4
done.
times 3 equals 3 times 4.
Absolutely.
Right. And both of them equal 12, so that works.
12 equals 12.
So if we were to take a look at B again, and we were to change one thing, let's go ahead and make that change in blue. If I made this problem 9 times 0 equals 0 times 9, so it was the same numbers on both sides, that would work now. This would be a possible second answer choice if it was written that way, because we're switching those numbers there.
Confusing.
It is.
Sorry, now there are 2 answers? What's
9
going on?
times 0 equals 0 times
Yeah, if we
9.
go back and just look
There
at
we
what was
go.
on that worksheet, we've got
There we
this
go.
here, and we're going to go with D.
D
Thank
is
you
our
so much
answer.
for your call.
Great job, Preep.
Does that help?
Yes.
All right.
Good
That's
job.
what it's time
Awesome.
for.
Awesome.
What should we do now? Should we get a new caller?
Wait.
I don't think so
No,
quite
we
yet.
have
Let's
to
go
do
to the
that.
prize wall.
Ah, the puck to
Don't
pick a
forget
prize
about the
wall.
puck.
Here it goes. Oh my
Where's the
gosh.
puck? Wait.
You can't see it, but you want it hot
Oh,
cold
man,
packed.
there it is. I've been waiting.
Awesome. That's all yours.
It is freezing out there. I could use a hot pack.
Ooh,
Oh,
fancy. That was a nice animation.
All
That was
right.
good job, guys. Okay,
Ooh.
here we go. It's Dylan.
Oh, look at him sweat. You guys need a high five when you do that.
All right.
Like
do
a
we have
wrestling match.
do we-
All right.
All right.
We'll
hey,
high five
Dylan
next time.
from Hillcrest Elementary School.
Oh, wait a second. Hillcrest, I've been there.
Wait a minute.
Who?
Hillcrest.
Dylan,
Where's
can you hear
Dylan?
us?
Hello?
Hey, Dylan, how you
Hi,
doing?
Dylan.
Hello.
Good. I have a question on number 5.
Number
Okay,
5.
what does number 5 say, Dylan?
Okay. It's 70 times 9 tenths.
70 times 9 tenths. Awesome. And this is Dylan from my class, right? Or from my ELA class, right, Dylan?
Yeah.
And this is Dylan from Miss Dillingham's math class. So, Dylan, what have you been doing in Miss Dillingham's class to solve this
So,
problem?
This is what she told us to do. Below the 70, put a 1.
Right. We can put a 1 underneath of the 70 to show that whole number as a fraction, right? 70 over 1 is the same as 70 wholes. And we can now multiply this by 9 tenths. Dylan, how can we solve 70 over 1 times 9 over 10?
Okay. So you first start with the denominator. And
Okay.
10 times 1 is 10.
It sure is. 10 times 1 equals 10.
Yes.
Then what?
And 9 times 70 equals 630.
Whoa, that's impressive, right? You found your basic fact. 9 times 7 gives you 63, and then you annex 1 0 and gets you 630. Awesome. Dylan, would this be an acceptable answer in Ms. Dillingham's class?
No, because it'll be an improper fraction.
Yeah, this is a seriously huge improper fraction. How can we change this to a proper fraction?
So what I did was I multiplied 10 by 60, and then I got 600.
Awesome. So that sounds fantastic. So you know that if you multiply 10 times 60, that's going to get you 600. So if we did our repeated subtraction, we could do 630 minus 600 leaves us 30. So we have 60 so far. And then how can we get 30 more from 10? What are we going to multiply 10 by this time?
Okay, we're going to multiply 10 by 3.
By 3, and that's going to give us 30, right?
Good job.
So now we can take this 60 and this 3 that we multiplied, and what can we do with these two numbers, Dylan?
Item maybe?
We're not going to divide them. We can actually add these together. And 60 plus
yeah.
63, that's going to get us 63, right?
3.
Perfect.
Yep.
Another way we could do this, Dylan, and maybe you could tell Ms. Dillingham and the rest of your class. So if you have this fraction, I'll put it over here again, 630 over 10. What you can do, since you have zeros in both of the ones places, you can just cancel them out by dividing them both by 10. So if we divided both by 10, this would be 63 over 1. And based on our question earlier, if 70 over 1 equals 70, 63 over 1 equals how much, Dylan?
7 over 1.
Well, what's our answer, right? You still just told our answer.
63.
Yeah, it equals 63. So we could just kind of simplify 630 over 10 just by getting rid of those zeros by dividing each of them by 10. Good job.
Well,
And that's a
another
very
way
good
that
trick.
taught us is to cross simplify.
Oh, the cross simplify. You could do that also. Man, that's impressive. Miss Dillingham is teaching you some really cool things. So if I rewrite this problem as 70 over 1 times 9 over 10, we could cross multiply, right? We could do the same thing to 7 and 10. We could just cross out those zeros by dividing them each by 10, and now we have 7 times 9 is 63, and 1 times 1 is 1.
Boom.
Wow, that's
Done.
3 different
Awesome,
ways
man.
to get to your answer.
That was really good. Nice job,
Ways
Dylan.
to solve the problem.
Hey, Mr. Donovan, just so you know, on your back, you might have some snow.
Some snow on
There
my
is a
back.
cloud that just showed up a couple minutes ago. I meant to tell you, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
I
Yeah.
see.
He
Yeah,
so
it's,
just dust it off.
Okay. Oh,
you
cool.
know?
Good to
Where's
know.
your coat?
Yeah.
Just looking out for my homies.
I appreciate that. Thank you. It is
You're my
cold
homie.
outside. I didn't know it was snowing.
Yeah.
Hope it's not coming,
snowing
like
inside.
dandruff
All these
or
colors
something.
remind me of the
You know what
sandy
that's
by the
called?
beach
Indoor
making waves.
participation.
It's pretty trippy here.
You mean
Okay, Dylan. See you
precipitation.
tomorrow, and I'll bring you this prize that you're about to win tomorrow.
Let's see what you got.
Let's drop
Oh,
that
man.
I
Come
haven't
on,
gone right
flashlight.
in the middle yet. I
Let's
got to be
go.
careful not to actually drop it this time.
That was dramatic,
The
though.
puck to pick up prize while
Flashlight.
flashlight.
Wow, right to the flashlight.
Awesome. All right, Dylan. Thanks
love
for
it.
calling. Great job.
Hey, is this where we cue the Parliament song? Do you guys know Funkadelic?
Oh, the Parliament. George Clinton.
Flashlight, flashlight.
Pen
There's
and a
the-
high five. Well, bam!
High
look at that.
five.
They
Okay,
took
guys,
my director's
Guess what?
advice.
We have a new caller. We do. It's Michaela from Essex Elementary, my favorite school. She's in 4th grade. Michaela, let's hear your math problem.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a question that's called an argument.
Oh, I'm good at
Ah.
those.
Oh, I love to
Me
argue.
too.
No,
Wait, is
you're
this
not.
is this
No,
math
you're not.
class
No,
or
it's
is this?
my turn.
you're not.
Are you taking the bar exam? Are you going to be a lawyer constructing arguments?
No.
Mom liked that one.
Look, she's already
Check.
arguing.
We got
she
a
said
fan.
no.
Nice.
We
She
have
said
fans.
Good.
no.
That's good. You said no. It's a good argument.
No, Ollie.
I'll be quiet.
The question says, a human usually has 20 baby teeth, which are replaced by 32 adult teeth. Raw lost 8 of his baby teeth. Raw said he lost 4/10 of his baby teeth. Anna said Raw lost 2/5 of his baby teeth. Which of these conjectures are true? Construct an argument to justify your answer.
Wow, that's a tough one. I don't have any teeth. Look, do you have teeth, Ollie?
Michaela, are you in 4th grade or your 4th year of grad school?
Yeah,
or
that's
something?
the bar exam, guys. This is the bar
This,
exam.
is this the bar?
This is the bar exam.
I'm feeling the pressure here. I'm glad that it was snowing up in the corner
Yeah.
because I'd be sweating right now.
I'm glad I didn't get this question.
Yeah, I'm like,
You can do it, guys. You can do it.
So notice first, Michaela, as you were reading, I was kind of trying to grab out that important pieces of information, 20, 32, 8, 4/10, and 2/5, because I know that somewhere along the line I'm going to use those numbers. You said somebody had 20 baby teeth. What were their names?
The one person's called Raw. The main person is Raul. Yeah, the main person's Raul.
Raul.
Okay. Okay. I just like the details. They really help me kind of like, paint a picture in my head of what's
picture
happening.
it, right? Yeah.
You need to see Raul's teeth.
I do. It would
Right.
help if I had a picture, to
That's
be
not
honest,
weird
of
at all.
Raul.
Totally not weird.
Send his dental records in for me, please.
Uh-huh.
How about the 32 teeth? You said that when you grow up, you lose your baby teeth and get 32 adult teeth?
Yes.
Polly, you still waiting on yours? What's going
I
on?
don't see mine. Where's my teeth? Where?
And then when you get really old, you have no teeth, right?
I'm old.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Make
old.
sure you brush,
Show us.
Michaela.
Show us.
Okay.
Okay, and before I start going down the wrong path here, I have to ask, can you go through the problem one more time for me?
Too late.
One more time.
Okay, they got that part. Raul lost 8 of his teeth. Raul lost 8 of his baby teeth. Raul said he lost 4/10 of his baby teeth. Anna said Raul lost 2/5 of his baby teeth. Which of these conjectures are true? Construct an argument to justify your answer.
Okay, okay.
So is it 4/10 or 2/5?
If Raul lost 8 of his teeth, I wonder what value that would get.
He must be playing ice hockey.
So I'll split it up into 3 different cases. We'll do A, B, and C. Why not?
Cases like law school, right?
I figured I would make it
I think we're in the courtroom.
pretty logical, right? I mean, there's this big word down here I haven't even touched on, conjecture. I mean,
Who's the judge, Ollie or Polly?
Oh, I passed the bar exam.
Oh, nice.
Totally passed it. You know what I said at the end? I said, case closed.
Good job, Ollie. Good job.
Yeah.
That was good, Ollie.
Then
yeah.
they said you can
Case-
leave now.
yeah,
Please.
me
They
too,
said
yeah.
please
Case
leave.
one.
Case closed.
we have 2 actually. 2 and 3.
Actually, I
right?
was walked out after that. But that's fine.
Uh-oh. How's
guys
it
are
going over there on
ridiculous.
that board?
Scoot that over.
You know
so I
what,
have more
Ollie and
room.
Polly, you guys are in contempt of court, all right?
What?
We need to focus on this problem
Absolutely.
for
We
Michaela.
really need to dial in
Oh,
here.
wait, I
Math
learned one
homework.
other thing.
She's gonna be.
Ollie's talking too much today.
You're gonna be both found in content and spend the night in
If
the.
you say objection fast, it
I
sounds
don't
like
know.
chicken.
Never mind. I'll stop.
Chicken. Chicken.
All right, so I personally am always drawing pictures, so if it helps you at all, draw your 20 teeth and then subtract 8 by crossing them out. Now, I'm not going to take up all of your time here, so 20 minus 8 we can kind of just think about. And if I count that right, 19, 18, 17, okay?
You
I
just
get
counted
12.
on your fingers. That was rad.
So I don't see those as one of my answers. So if I were to say that I have 8 teeth left, I don't know if that would be correct. But in terms of losing 8 teeth, it looks like that was true.
No, they said, did he lose 4/10 or 2/5?
So I think, Michaela, you were saying, right, that Raul lost 8 teeth, and one person said that was 4/10 of his 20 teeth, and the other person said it was 2/5 of his 20 teeth. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
See,
So
Polly's
let's
a
take a
good
look at,
listener.
you know what? I could have written that 8 there in orange to make it look a little bit better, but that's okay. Let's see what happens when those 20 teeth that we start off with now get multiplied by this 4/10, and we'll see if that communicates the same number. And I really like this problem because, Mr. Donovan, you went over some really good strategies on how to evaluate these fractions. In fact, I remember that you can take any number and divide it by 1 and not change its value. That's going to be pretty useful here. In fact, I actually see another strategy that I want to take from what you just went over. Let's go ahead and do that cross simplification there. Let's take that 0 from 20 and the 0 from 10 and cross them off diagonally.
How can we do that? How can we
like
just
that?
cross them off? Oh, you annex the zeros. Oh, perfect. Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
And if you guys saw that, I put a little dot there. Sometimes you represent multiplication with a single dot, but let me go ahead and get back into the groove here with an x for multiplication. So if I multiply these across here, 2 times 4, it's not 20 anymore, it's 2. 2 times 4 equals 8, divided by 1 times 1, that's going to be pretty easy. That's just a 1. And now kind of using that same strategy, if I can divide 20 by 1 and not change its value, then 8 divided by 1 is not changing the original number's value. This is just going to be 8. So if I were to say Raul lost 8 teeth or Raul lost 4/10 of his teeth, it looks like I still end up with the right communication. So we got one more to look at.
Maybe he was eating crunchy food. I mean, what's going on here? What's Raul's? I mean, is he a hockey player? I'm so confused.
Gonna run
He's
out of
just
room
he's just
here.
growing up.
He's growing up, yeah. That's
You know what?
I
I
was
wouldn't
thinking.
say he lost 2/5. I'd say he lost too many.
You know
guys
what?
get
You know
that?
what I noticed, Michaela?
That's
I look
funny.
at these 4/10 and the 2/5. I see those two fractions, and those kind of look similar to me. What can we do to see if 4/10 and 2/5 are the same fraction? Because that might save us a step if we could see if 4/10 is equal or not equal to 2/5. Is that kind of what you've been doing in your
Number
classroom?
line?
What's that?
Huh?
You probably do a number line.
You could do a number line.
That's what I was
Okay.
going to say.
Okay.
If I had thought of that, I totally would have said it.
You know what I like to do, or at least Michaela, when you go into 5th grade, you'll see if you take 2/5, you could multiply it by a fraction that's equal to 1. So we could take our 2/5 and we could multiply it by 2/2. And 2/2 is kind of like 1/1, and this is a fraction that just equals 1 whole, right?
Whoa.
That's pretty
I
cool.
see you drew a big 1 around it.
That
The
is
big
like
one.
3D, Mr. Tonic.
It's
That's
not
like
the best
3D.
one. It kind of looks like a bird, too.
Or an owl.
But 2 times 2, that gives us 4. And 5 times 2 gives us 10. So that means that these two fractions are equal, right?
Wow.
I don't know. That looks like conjecture, to be honest.
I don't know. If we already did all the work for 4/10, I think that this kind of
Yeah.
proves
Then
the
we're
fact that
good,
this
right?
one works.
Awesome.
I think
Why
she
do the
went
work
up
again,
awesome.
right?
So
You just did it in
We
green.
have to argue now.
let's make an argument.
Do
No,
it.
let's not.
Yes, let's.
Nope, I'm ready to
No,
argue. I want to
yes,
argue.
no,
I
no.
argue that I
Huh?
I state that 8 in this case, saying that he lost 8 teeth, and saying that he lost 4/10 of his teeth, and also saying that he lost the 2/5. Whoops, there we go. They're all equivalent. That's what I state.
That didn't sound like a good argument. You didn't say no. You didn't
Or
say
yes.
never.
Yeah.
It was a polite argument. I wanted to be polite.
Anger.
Ollie, no. No.
Well,
You
we
say
didn't. Well,
yes.
you know, he stated a conjecture, not an argument.
Oh.
So
Why didn't you say so?
an argument it would be bickering like you two knuckleheads are doing back there.
No,
but
it's
we,
not.
us
Knuckleheads, we're not
mathematicians
knuckleheads. No, we
up here,
Hey, I'm a mathematician.
we're stating conjectures.
Wait.
Math.
It does look like
What?
magic sometimes. I will give you
Magician.
that.
I'm so confused.
I will give you that.
Hey,
So
guess what?
Huh?
I know what time it is.
No, you don't.
Yeah-huh.
No, you don't.
Uh-huh.
No, oh, we're not arguing anymore.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
It's time to drop the
So-
puck
it's
to
hard
pick
to
a
stop.
prize.
Puck to pick a prize wall. Ready, Michaela?
Let's do it.
Yay.
Let's go here. Oh,
Earbuds.
earbuds.
Hey, nice.
Awesome.
Earbuds.
Now those grow into like flowers or something.
Oh,
right?
Michaela, you're welcome. Thanks for saying thank you. That's very kind.
Very
Thank you
kind.
for calling.
See you later.
Bye bye.
See you later. Bye.
Man, you guys are on a roll. Wait,
Who's
is this where the
next?
high five
All right,
happens?
we're gonna mix it up. Ready?
Here we
Come
go.
around for the.
Oh man.
Oh,
Well, we got to work on that. We're gonna nail that
I
one
did
next
not
time.
I was
understand.
afraid that I was going to be too enthusiastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly,
Well,
I didn't want to hurt you.
You know, I enjoy enthusiasm.
We say be gentle.
Who's next? Ollie and Polly.
Okay.
Polly, you got this?
I got it. I got it. It's in my.
Hey, Polly, you got this?
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay. It's in my.
Hey, Polly, make sure you just
oh
go
my
for it.
gosh, Ollie, shushy.
Sorry.
Shh. Shh. It's Iman from Norwood. Hi, Iman.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing, Aman?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, another very polite caller. I'm doing well. What's your question?
Well, my question is, which shows the quotient for 18 divided by 3? A, 2, B, 6, C, 8, D, 9.
Okay,
kinda had
you
to
said
beat
the
there.
quotient
8, 4,
for
2,
18 divided by 3, and you said your answers are 2 for A, and how much was B?
D was 9.
B was 9. What about C?
D was 8.
8. And what about D, as in dog?
What?
What was your last choice answer? D.
9.
Oh, D was 9. Then what was B, as in boy?
B was 6.
Okay, awesome. Okay, Aman, so what does the word quotient mean, if that's what we're trying to figure out?
A quotient means an answer.
An answer to what type of problem specifically?
A division problem.
Right, we need to answer. This is just a fancy way of asking what's the answer to a division problem. Let's draw a picture. I'm going to draw
I love it.
18.
Do a snow cloud. It seems to have cleared
That's
up.
going to take us forever. I'm going to draw 18 stars. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, man.
But you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do groups of 3, since that's what we're dividing by, and I'm going to see how many groups will get us to 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Boy, 6.
7, 8, 9.
It's a good thing you have all that space for
10,
those stars.
11, oh, 12,
you are catching on.
13, 14,
I don't get it.
15,
Wait.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. Oh, wait a second. I'm losing.
Too many stars.
He spaced
Too
out.
many stars.
You're just too bright.
It was my future. It's too bright.
Oh, man.
Okay, Aman. We have how many groups of 3?
18.
Well, we have 18 stars total, but we put them into groups of 3. You know what? I'm going to go the opposite way. We put it into 3 groups, right? 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups. How many
Those are like lightsabers.
is in each group?
In each group, there are 3.
I'm going vertically.
We switched it up one year.
I changed it. I'm sorry. I'm messing you up.
Blast off like a
How
rocket
many
ship.
stars do we have? How many are in group 1 here?
There you go. Circle it.
Can you see the purple?
That's better.
Hey, can you keep using purple?
I see.
No. Go back to purple.
How many stars are in group 1, Aman? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6.
6. So 18 divided by 3 equals 6.
Wait, hold up a second. I got a question.
Uh-huh.
What happens if group 2 and 3 have different numbers of stars? How do we know that there's 6 in those 2 groups
Oh,
as
that's
well?
a good point. Let's check. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's
Okay,
the
good.
same.
Ooh, I was scared.
1, 2, 3, 4,
look
5, 6. Okay,
terrified.
that's the same.
You really
So
look
it goes
okay.
in equally.
Visibly
So
shaken. You know?
our answer is B. Aman, what can we do if 18 divided by 3 equals 6? What can we do to check our answer?
You can skip count by 3.
You can what?
You can skip count by 3.
We could skip down by 3, or we could just look at this question backwards and do the opposite of division and multiply and do 6 times 3.
Oh, wait, we could do it backwards. We could do the moonwalk.
And that
Hello?
equals 18.
I will not attempt it.
No.
Here's the moon right here.
There you go.
Oh.
And a
He was up there the
crater
whole
somewhere.
time.
I'm looking
I
at
don't
the man.
Okay, Aman, so your answer is B, 6. Sounds like a battleship reference. B6. Sound good?
Oh, you got me submarine.
Hey guys,
All right,
guess what
Aman.
time it is?
Let's puck to
Let's
pick a
drop
prize
that
wall.
puck. Drop that puck. Drop that puck.
Here we go.
There it goes.
Give
What have we
us
not had
something
yet?
good.
Hey,
Oh,
it's a new
yeah.
prize.
Flash drive.
You know-
USB flash drive.
That's an
Fancy.
Usip. You say
Be
Usip.
happy to send that out.
Yeah, Usip.
Usab.
Cool.
Yeah, that's an Usip
you.
flash
It's an
drive.
Usab drive.
Yeah. You don't say USB. Gee.
I'm sorry.
Don't embarrass yourself.
Okay.
I must be new here.
You're both in contempt.
Uh-oh, not again.
You know, we use math in so many ways in life, not just in math class. Let's head out to the streets of BCPS to see who Maria is talking to now.
Hi, Maria.
Math on the street.
Hola, yo soy Maria, and I love math. Here at BCPS, we use math every day, everywhere, and in every office and school. Come with me, I'll show you how. Hola, yo soy Maria, and today I'm here with Patrick McCusker, the principal at Franklin High School. Tell me, how does a principal use math?
Well, hello, Maria, and thank you for coming to Franklin High School. One way a principal uses math is in determining how many sections of every course to run.
Oh, cool. Can you give me an example?
Sure. Suppose we only want no more than 28 students in any class, and we have 150 students register for U.S. history. Well, we'd have to figure out how many sections to run. So we would say, well, maybe we can run 6 sections. Well, 150 students divided by 6 sections would give us 25 students in a section. And that works because that's less than 28. But maybe we want to see if we can run just 5 sections. Well, then we would need to take 150 divided by 5. Well, that would mean we'd have 30 students in each section, and that's more than we want. So then we know we need to run 6 sections of that course.
Wow, that's a lot of students and a lot of math.
So as you can see, math is important in running a high school.
It sure is.
Thanks for stopping by Franklin, Maria. Come back anytime.
Gracias. Adios.
That was awesome.
That was great,
That was really
right?
cool.
I learned something. Did you guys learn something?
Yeah, it seems like more than a minute.
Math
You
is
know?
everywhere.
That's good. That's good. I really
Math is
enjoyed it.
everywhere.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Well, you know, when you're really doing math, time is just crazy. Hey, by the way, did you notice we switched? Do you know what we did? Polly and I did your high five thing.
Oh,
you know how
really?
you guys high five?
How did it work out?
We did high wing,
We ended up in different windows.
but she didn't have a wing.
Whoa.
No
So-
wings. I don't have a wing. I have hands.
You high-fived her all the way over there?
No, we
Like she
switched.
flew out the window?
In
No.
the hut.
Switched.
Goodness
In
gracious.
their hideout. The math homework hideout.
You guys ready for another caller?
I think we have one.
You seem
do.
totally fired up.
Elmer, are you there?
Hello?
Hi, Elmer.
Yes, I hear you.
Is this Elmer from Hillcrest Elementary School?
Mm-hmm.
Elmer from Mr. Donovan's homeroom?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay,
Elmer
okay.
from
You know him.
Say
You're
hi, Mr.
famous.
Donovan.
Jency's there too?
Yeah.
Oh man, well maybe we'll drop the puck twice. Elmer, who's your math teacher? I forget.
Miss Palmisano.
Oh, Miss Parmesan's gonna be so proud. Okay, what's your question?
Okay, Samantha is training to run in a long distance race. She runs one-third miles every day for a week, which is 7 days. How many miles does she run in 1 week?
Awesome.
Lots of running.
I don't know if I got that number correct. Did you say that she runs
That makes two of us.
1/3 miles every day?
One-third.
1 and 1/3.
I'm
Awesome. Okay.
so glad I clarified.
I heard 1/3
1
also.
and
Good
1/3 miles every day for a week.
Yeah.
That's good exercise.
And the
right?
question, yeah, it is pretty good exercise. That's more than I exercise.
Yeah, sure.
I think Max runs
I
that
sit around
much.
a couple miles a day.
The only
Do you
exercises I really do are
you
math
fight for
exercises.
exercise?
Right. No, I think
Right.
I work out of my mind. You know.
So this was only for 1 week. We need to find out how much he ran for a week or a month.
Yeah.
Okay, Elmer, what have you been doing, Ms. Palmisano? Have you been adding fractions, multiplying fraction? What sort of skills have you been working on?
In multiplying fractions.
Multiplying fractions.
Okay.
Awesome.
Because I was thinking of a lot of different ways we could do this one. I was thinking about maybe adding 7 times, but quite honestly, if I'm going to add something by itself 7 times, I can kind of skip ahead and use multiplication. So how many days are we running these 1 and 1/3 miles? Because it says a week, but how many days are in a week?
7.
81.
Beautiful.
Wait.
No.
Wait.
Is it
what?
7 or 81? I think 81.
Wait. Did he say 7?
7.
Some of the
Man,
underlying
Max
weeks,
did
you're
not
gonna
tell me
write
the
7
truth.
days.
Max said 81.
You can't always believe Max.
You
He's
cannot
silly.
trust that guy. He's orange.
Oh my God, you guys are fighting for no reason. It's 7.
7.
Hey,
7.
is he talking to us?
Yeah, that's what you said, right?
Whoa, split screen. Hello.
7 days.
Can I go over
Ooh,
here?
Split screen. Whoa.
Oh, no, I can't.
So we're going to multiply, whoa, I see it now.
Wait,
We're going
what's
to
up
multiply
there?
1 and 1/3 with 7. Okay.
Times 7.
Hello.
Now, I'm not a big fan of using these mixed numbers like this. Can we convert 1 and 1/3 into another number that kind of helps us multiply with other numbers?
An improper fraction?
Beautiful. Yeah, let's use an improper fraction. So
Okay, so we multiply the denominator by the whole number, then not the numerator.
Right. So 3 times 1 plus 1 gives you what?
4.
4 over what?
4 over 3.
Awesome.
Sounds proper to me.
and I'm going to go ahead and now multiply by that times 7.
Do you ever use the improperty fraction? Is that a thing? Improperty?
I've never heard
That
of
a
it.
thing?
You're acting in property. Did you
Yeah.
say improperty or improperly?
No, improperty. Like, you know, I own some country property.
Ollie, you're going to get yourself held in contempt of court again, man.
47.
How many strikes are we going to give you?
Ollie has
Wait.
to
Well, case closed.
Elmer, what can I do
Elmer's
next?
ready to get back to work.
I know,
All right.
Elmer's studious. He's ready to work through this problem.
Go, Elmer.
Elmer, what
Like,
can I do with 7 to help
What we
me?
do with the 7 is, like, since it's a whole number and we don't have a denominator, we just add a 1.
Excellent.
Well, we don't add 1, right? Sorry.
It's 8.
Absolutely.
That becomes our denominator, the 1.
Denominator, great. You can kind of see if you just say add 1, that might communicate addition.
Yeah.
So we're very picky, at least I am. I'm picky. So we got 4 divided by 3 times 7 divided by 1, and good because dividing by 1 doesn't change its value. How am I going to multiply? Am I going to multiply 4 with 7, 3, or 1?
No, you're going to multiply 4 times 7.
Beautiful. So we're going to multiply across.
Yeah.
That's 2. That goes
You
right
have
through
to
the
make a
numbers.
sound
There we
effect.
go.
Can you make it?
4 times 7 is 28.
It didn't work unless I did the sound, right?
Right.
1 is 3.
You said it, Elmer. 28 over 3.
Yeah.
He's flying away.
Is
He's
3
flying
times
by.
1 equal to 3? I'm just messing with you. I wanted to see if you were confident. 3 times 1 definitely is 3.
Do not mess with Elmer. He does not
Absolutely.
mess with you.
He's smart.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I run 28/3 miles in a week. Great. That's easy to
No.
communicate.
You need to make it into a mixed number.
Great. Can you
Right.
help me with that?
Okay. So we divide in long division 3 divided by 28.
I heard long division, so I'm going to set it up like this.
Whoa, look, it's over
I can
there.
also draw a picture if I would like.
Wait. It's also over there.
3 goes into 2 how many times?
1. I mean 0.
Right, so we're going to have to look right to the what? What number?
To the sky.
Number 28.
Yeah, so if we're going to divide 3 into 28 total, and long division didn't really help us this way, we're kind of just doing it directly. Maybe I will just draw a very quick picture here. I'm obsessed with drawing pictures.
Please draw pictures.
So I got 28 objects here. 28, 4, 5,
4,
6, 7,
8,
8, 9, 10,
10,
11, 12,
30,
15,
41,
16, 17, 18, 19, 20,
29,
1, 2, 3.
30.
9. 3 times 9.
You hear Ollie here messing me up? He said 30, something like that.
Sorry, I thought you
think
said 72.
Elmer, what'd you say?
3 times 9.
3 times 9 gets us how many?
27.
Right.
So I can kind of find 9 groups already in here by using that. So if I count out my 9 groups, the idea here is that I would end up with 1 left over. You said 27, I
Wow.
have 28. I would expect 1 to be left over. 4, 5,
Wow, that's like
6,
Picasso.
7, 8. Uh-oh.
Do you guys
9.
know Picasso?
And your mixed number would be 9 1/3.
Awesome.
9 1/3.
9 1/3, 9 total groups were created, and 1 remainder out of the 3 groups that we were trying to make it into. So 28 over 3, 9 total groups, 1 left over, group size was 3.
Awesome.
But wait, what is it? 9 1/3 what? Donuts? Cookies?
No,
Desks?
it says miles.
Miles.
Yes,
Right.
sir. Great job, Elmer.
I sit around that much.
Super job.
That's a lot of miles.
That is.
Wow.
Lots of miles.
But that's
I'm
a
just
week.
as tired doing the problem as I would have been running 9 1/3 miles.
I drove
wow.
9 1/3 miles.
Hey,
Yeah, but you know
what
what?
time it
It's
is?
spread out over 81 days.
True.
Hey,
That's
Ollie.
true.
When we-
That's a fact.
Right.
What time
It's
is it?
time.
What?
It's time.
Well,
It's about 5:20 or something.
time.
to drop a puck.
no, it's time for something else. Before we take our next caller. Oh, no, yes, that's right.
Puck to pick a prize. Will Wall.
Here we go.
Will.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Earbuds.
Hey.
Elmer.
Oh, man.
Earbuds coming at you, man.
Okay.
Congratulations.
See you tomorrow.
That would be the prize I would pick, I think. The earbuds.
I don't know. I'm partial to this flashlight.
Hey, you guys know what? You put those in your ears. Do you know that?
You put them in your ears.
Do you have ears,
bud.
Ollie?
It's a little known fact. No, I use nose buds.
Let me get a pair of those.
For
They
swimming?
don't work as well. They kind of hurt, be honest.
How well can you hear music through your nose buds, Ollie?
I'm listening right now.
Before we take our next caller, we're going to head out to one of our very own Baltimore County Public Schools to check in for a Mighty Math Minute.
Hi, I'm Martin, and this is your Mighty Math Minute.
Mighty Math Minute!
Our problem today is 623 divided by 8. First, instead of trying to fit 8 into the whole number, we're going to divide it into chunks. First, you have to see if 8 can go into the first digit. 8 can't go into 6, so we have to go the second digit. 8 can't go into 62, and it can go in 7 times. 8 times 7 is 56, and you want to subtract that from the number you still have left to put 8 into. You can't subtract 6 from 2, so you have to regroup. You have 6 left, and 8 can't go into 6 anymore, so you have to bring down the next digit. Now you have 63. 8 can once again only go in 7 times, because if you want to put it in 8 times, that's 64, and that's too many. Once again, we're going to subtract that from the total we still have left. Now we have 7 left, but there aren't any more numbers to bring down, and 8 can't go into 7 at all. This number here is your remainder. A remainder is a number that's left over after a division problem. A remainder can be incorporated into your answer many different ways. One way is that the remainder adds 1 to your answer. Or sometimes the remainder is completely ignored and it doesn't change your answer at all. Or sometimes the remainder is the answer to the problem. For now, we're just going to leave it like this. And the answer is 77 with a remainder of 7.
Mighty Math Minute!
That was awesome.
That was very good.
Very mighty.
That was
Hey, really
really
quick, do you
impressive.
guys want to do that thing we were just talking about, the dance contest?
Oh,
you
yeah,
go
ready?
first.
I'll be the judge. Ready, set,
go.
and go.
Go. Okay, Mr. Donovan, your turn.
I don't know how to do anything else. I can floss. Is that a dance move?
Oh, no, don't do that.
Oh, my
Wait,
goodness.
man, yowza.
Is this live?
I hope no one's watching.
I
No,
can
just
floss
kidding. I hope
watch.
everyone's
Cover your eyes,
watching.
kids.
I do hope
All
people
of
are
my
watching.
students.
Silly.
Well,
All of your students?
what a day.
This is such a day. This is a great day.
Did you
It was
have
a good
fun,
day.
Ollie?
Huh? Oh, I always have fun.
Did you have fun,
You know,
Polly?
fun fact.
Oh, you know it.
Thursday's my
I do.
favorite day of the week.
No, it's not Thursday.
Huh?
We
It's
learned
not
all sorts of
Thursday.
stuff today.
What, tomorrow's not?
No, tomorrow is.
Wait, what?
What? You're so silly.
Oh, man.
Wednesday's my favorite day because we learned all sorts of things. We learned about
Snails?
teeth. We learned about the law. We learned that Ollie is not a very, he's a very contempt.
Wait, what?
No, I don't know. Never mind.
Huh?
I just realized something, actually. That problem with the teeth, we didn't even have to use the number 32 at all. It was a distractor number.
Crazy.
Oh.
Well, kids, that's all the time we have for this week.
So
We want
sad.
to thank you for tuning in.
And remember, we do re-air each episode, so be sure to watch. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Only
Only
here
here
on
on
BCPS-TV.
BCPS-TV.